Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Auburn Blitz here on this Monday, brought to you by Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sensagreen.
For air that's cool and clean, call on Sensagreen.
The perfect transition right there. We're glad everybody's joined us here on this Monday morning. I hope everybody's having a great start to your week. A ton to talk about. Hope you had a great weekend. Auburn baseball. Faith, Auburn softball, golf started today at the regionals. We'll try to see if we can give an update for everybody on that as that got started around 8. Going to be dodging storms pretty much all throughout the day, but sun's out now. It'll come out for a little while, then it'll cloud back up. We've got several different things coming through the state. It's going to be raining all the way through Wednesday, I think, but hopefully they'll get through and get finished with not too many hiccups there. Got some recruiting updates and some things. So we got a lot to cover here in this hour together on this Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot going on. I'm glad it's clearing up over there for some better weather for the golfers out there. Hopefully everybody that's going and watching is also not getting torrentially downpoured on too.
Absolutely. And you are over in Oxford, Mississippi, and you're not going to stay over there and wait for the baseball team to show up. No. They are headed over there, though, after a dominating performance this past week. I would say weekend, but they didn't really play on the weekend. They played Thursday and Friday because of the weather. But, my God, Thursday, a drumming. And a lot of people saw us on Friday on the podcast. We kind of recapped that. But 24-2. Got off to a great start against a South Carolina team that's at the bottom of the conference. And then on Friday, Faith, they came back and they were in a dogfight in game one. Had to bunt right there, a little squeeze bunt play to win the game 11-10. And then they took care of business pretty convincingly in game three. But regardless, got the sweep like we were all hoping.
Yeah, like we were hoping, hopefully that'll be able to put us up for hosting for the tournament. And, again, it's always nice to be able to host.
It absolutely is. When you look at the records now in SEC play, you got Texas at the top at 20-6, and it's crazy to think that Arkansas swept them last weekend. So they really only had 3 losses in conference play in the last weekend. They come back and they win this weekend, so they're up in the top of the standings by themselves with a 20-6 record. But Arkansas has really been surging. They're in second at 18-9. LSU is 17-10. And then you got a slew of us there. Georgia 16-10, but us and Vanderbilt are now 16-11. Vanderbilt with a big series win over Tennessee, like us the week before. Mm-hmm. We get the sweep to improve to 16-11. Tennessee and Alabama are below us now at 15-12, 14-12, and then we head over to where you are right now in Oxford, Mississippi. Oxford, has been notorious, tough place to play, but Ole Miss just lost 2 or 3 to Mississippi State, so this is their final series. They're fighting to try to keep an above 500 record. They're at 14-13, so we know what we're going to be dealing with. Auburn needs to at least win one of these games and see if they can get to 17. Possibly they win the series, get to 18 wins, and conference play would be unbelievable.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game just because Ole Miss is so good at baseball. But going into this past, we didn't even go into the weekend, but the past series, we were neck and neck with them. Our not rankings, our standings and everything of our record. It was neck and neck, and then they lost their series this weekend, so it was.
We won 3 and they won 1. So
it's a good booster to kind of go into this weekend. But again, we've got a road game. They play UT Martin, so got to finish out the week before we head into the weekend coming over here to Oxford.
Yeah, I think Auburn, as we talked about, really hitting their stride and doing the things that they need to do. And it's coming in various forms. Pitching's been great. Again, win the first game, and then you think Sam Dutton comes out in game 2, and you think that's a shoe-in. Well, he struggles, and he gets knocked out of the game, and South Carolina has a lead, and Auburn has to fight back and win that game. So they're finding different ways to win, Faith. I think that's the biggest part of this is they're not just saying, okay, if our pitching's not on, we're not going to win, or, if we're not hot at the plate, we're not going to win. All 3 phases, the defense, the bats, and then, of course, the pitching have all been solid. And on any given night, one can pick up the other. And so we've seen, a ton of these freshmen really are the reason why Auburn's where they are. And, Auburn was picked 12th in the league going into the season. You and I talked about it going into the season. We didn't really have a ton of high expectations. We thought Auburn would be pretty good, but we know this conference is ridiculously hard. So we said, okay, what can we do? We got a lot of freshmen. They've helped this team tremendously. And that's the reason nobody could gauge how good this freshman group was going to be and how well they're going to play or have played. And that's why Auburn's where they are.
Well, and you see week in, week out, just consistently, it's always we're getting emails about which guy on our team was SEC Freshman of the Week. And it's not just been 1 or 2 times that we've had a freshman be the SEC Freshman of the Week. No. It's been multiple times. And again, I think that goes back to just your point there of how well and how impactful they've been on this team.
Chris Rembert has been extremely hot. He's a freshman from Pensacola, but he's hitting .358. He's leading the team in batting average. He's just been a massive addition to this lineup to come in. Again, you can't anticipate how a freshman is going to play in this league. And when you add him in there and you add Chase Freilich in there and you add some of these guys, Bub Terrell, that have all been massive contributors to the success of this team. Ike Irish has been the wily veteran there, is hitting .345. Chase Freilich has been on fire. He's hitting .340. Cooper McMurray's average has gone back up. He struggled to start SEC play. He had a good pre-SEC season and then got into SEC play, and his batting average dropped considerable, but he's back to .330 now, hitting the baseball really well. It's good to see Cade Blue, coming off of an injury, and the tragedy he suffered this year to fight through, that he's right there on the door of 300. I mean, this is a stacked lineup. Still, Lucas, I believe, was hitting $150, and now he's hitting .289. So the bats have really caught fire, and Coach Thompson talked about that, and then you couple that with what Carson Myers and Christian Chatterton and Cam Tilley in that first game against South Carolina, and then of course you add the stalwart and Sam Dutton. Auburn's got 4 pretty solid guys they can run out there right now pitching.
Yeah, and I think going into playing Ole Miss, they have struggled with their strikeouts, and they've got a good home run kind of ranking. They're 4 right now in the SEC for home runs, but home runs and strikeouts go hand in hand. That's just how it is.
All or nothing.
Right. And I think with our pitching, the way that it's progressed since last year, I think that is going to be key in playing against this Ole Miss team this weekend, of being able to win the series or win just the game, like a game at least.
I think the mentality is to go win the series. I don't think Auburn's going over there. I don't think they're going over there thinking, and you and I are both saying we need to win one game, but I think they're looking at it as like we're better than them. We need to go over there and continue to ride this momentum we've got. You don't want to have a letdown going into the SEC tournament. And, if you go over and you win 2 out of 3, you pretty much solidify you're going to get a regional host. And I think Auburn, I'm not going to, I hate to say this. If they got swept, I still think Auburn hosts a regional. I think they position themselves with their strength of schedule and what they've been able to do. But you don't want to take a sweep at this point in time of the season.
No,
so,
I think this would be a very bad time for that.
Horrible. Look at Texas A&M. I mean, what a horrific time to get swept by the worst team in the league.
Awful weekend for them.
It may cost them getting in the NCAA tournament. That's how devastating that sweep was to them, because Mississippi State took 2 out of 3 from Ole Miss, and then Texas A&M gets swept, and then now all of a sudden they're on the outside looking in. And like Jason said to us this morning on the podcast, now you got to look at maybe making a run in the SEC tournament and winning the whole freaking thing to have a chance to go to a regional. So it's crazy. I mean, it's about how you finish, and it's about how you play. And this Auburn team, they've had 2 sweeps this year against Texas and Georgia. Georgia and Texas both got sweeps. Now, again, they've been the number 1 and 2 teams in the country.
Right.
Auburn was in 4 out of those 6 games. Could have easily gone our way. But nevertheless, you look at that, and then you go back and look at the standings. Auburn's, they've lost a game here and there, and that's it. After you take 6 of their 11 losses came in 2 weekends.
Yeah. I just think that's just how baseball is with the series and stuff like that. But when it comes to just how our conference play is just a different level of the competition in this league. So I think, we've got to. I'll take the record we have right now, because I think it's still the sweeping, like you said, it's
devastating. It's devastating when you get swept. Yep. 2
of the best teams, though. If we have to see them again, I hope we don't have it be the same way that it went.
It's hard in baseball. It's hard to beat the same team, multiple times. And again, we'll probably get them. Well, it won't be probably. We will get them on a neutral side or somewhere else. So if we were to see them again, but all right, we're up against our first break here on the show. Again, want to thank everybody for joining us. We will be back here with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Burner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here. 45 minutes left on the show today, and we appreciate all of you joining us wherever it is that you're tuning us in. This is pre-recorded, so you can comment away on YouTube and Facebook, but we won't be able to respond to you today. But we appreciate you throwing your comments out there. We really love interacting with all of you. We appreciate Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores with 9 locations in Central Alabama for all your home building supply needs, home decor needs. They've got everything that you're looking for, and the price, they can't be beat. Okay, so they beat the big box stores on all that stuff. So go check out Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores, one of our corporate partners here on the program. Faith, just talked about baseball. Let's slide over and talk about some softball. Again, probably not the season that you're looking for if you're any other year. You got 2 new coaches that came in, the Malvos, and there was a lot of excitement around them. They started the season 20-1, and then they got in SEC play and went 0-12 in their first 4 series. But since then, really had turned it up a notch. Won 3 of their last 4 SEC series. Lost a very close game to Alabama, 3-2 in the SEC tournament. They're playing really, really well. They ended up number 20 in the regular season RPI. So they are playing a lot better softball right now. So they got their feet under them a little bit, kind of turned things around, and they drew out a number 2 seed in the Tallahassee regional coming up this week. So, again, you and I talked about this last week. Whoever drew them out is probably not real excited about this Auburn team because they're playing as good a softball really as anybody right now.
Yeah, it's definitely not what you want to see after doing so well before SEC conference play, and starting that again was not a good start to their conference play. But the way that they have been able to kind of get back on their feet, kind of learn more about what works with them, and again, I just think that does go to say about all the way around how difficult this conference is.
It's extremely difficult. And, Nelia Peralta, she's leading the team at the plate, 354, 10 home runs, 9 doubles, a triple and 33 RBIs. And then you've got leadoff batter Abby Smith that's hitting 315, and Isis Tresvik hitting 268. She leads the team with 11 home runs, and then the transfer S.J. Guerin from Oklahoma is the 12th Auburn pitcher to win 20 games in a season, and she's 20-10 on the year, 2.79 ERA. She's really done well. So to kind of break down what Auburn's done, they've played 33 quad 1 games and won 13. So they played 23 games against teams in the top 25. of the RPI. And so that was enough. You know, when you look at what they've been able to do and winning 3 out of their last 4 series and playing such a difficult, schedule, it garnered a number 2 seed in the Tallahassee region. Now, Florida State, very, very good team, and, earned that regional host. But Auburn will start with South Florida, and South Florida, no slouch themselves. They're 43-14-1. So Auburn will take on the 3 seed South Florida on Friday at noon from Tallahassee. So, you know what? Playing with a new life now. Everybody's record 0-0. See what this team can do in this regional.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, again, it's going to be hot down there, and especially considering the weather change that it's been back in Auburn with the rain, and it's not going to be 90, or it hasn't been 90 degrees like it will be there. So I think, that's
I think they're saying like 95 maybe in Tallahassee Friday.
That's going to be playing a huge part against their playing. But again, like you said, 0-0 now. And
now I like summer, but I'm not ready. I can do without the 95-ish to 100. I can do without that, especially with the humidity. But nevertheless, we'll see if Auburn can go to Tallahassee and see what happens. They'll take on South Florida, and then Florida State will take on Robert Morris right after that game. And then Saturday, hopefully you win that game, and more than likely be taking on Florida State at 3:00 in that first game. So they just like to get to that point. Florida State's been a program that's been really, really, really good the last several years. Oklahoma's been so much better than everybody else, but Florida State has been a really solid program. So it's going to be tough to go down there and get out of that regional. But, again, good to see this team turned it around. Started the conference schedule 0-12 was horrible. There's no other way to spin it. And so they've rebounded. So it's good to see.
But I think, just a compliment to the league, and the Malbows have been in this conference for a long time. They know how hard the SEC is, but it's always different going and being at another school. So again, I think it's about learning your players and learning it's a new time for them. And I think they finally now are able to towards the end half of conference play, get back under their feet and move forward with this. Absolutely.
I don't have it in front of me. I want to say this, their 11th or 12th consecutive appearance in the NCAA tournament for our softball program. So, been through a few coaches. Clint Myers really turned Auburn's program around and put them on the map, went to a College World Series, really one game away from winning a national title that year against Oklahoma. And then, of course, Mickey Dean came in, and, Mickey Dean, a very highly touted coach, came in and, won a lot of games, never really could get over the hump. And now you've got the Malvoes that have come in, so they continue this streak. And so Auburn continues to make an appearance in the NCAA tournament. And again, hopefully they can make some noise this year. But the bottom line is, and we're about to go to our next break, is I think our softball program is in outstanding hands with the Malvoes. They're going to recruit. They're going to coach them up to do what they've done in year one. I tip my hat to them.
Absolutely. I think so too. And I think they've been great for the girls. And we've heard a lot of really good things about them through and through. Excited to get out there and catch up with them, possibly, Faith, with your feature that you do with On the Front Row, and maybe we haven't done a coach yet. So we've done a lot of players, but haven't done a coach yet. So maybe that would be a cool interview to sit down with both of them at the same time. Yeah. That would probably be pretty interesting. Yeah, I think so too. That would be something that we look at. All right, up against another break here on the show. Stay tuned. More to come here on the Auburn Blitz right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe. Call Sensagreen.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We're your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Halfway through our show here on this Monday. Hope all of you are having a great day out there. Halfway through means it's time for Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, and what a cool event coming up this Wednesday. I'll be there. Me and Kim are going. I know Randy and Ginger are going. There's several people going to the wine tasting at 6. You still have time to get your tickets for that. You can go on the Outlive page, and all the money goes to cancer research and cancer patients and their families to help out. But having that event at Pepper Tree at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, go out there and buy your tickets. And again, it all goes to a good cause. Coach Pearl will be there. It's an exclusive event, so only 50 tickets will be sold for this event. So you need to make sure, if you have not done so already, you get out and you go ahead and push that out and go find that link and go buy your tickets before they're all gone. So I'm looking forward to it. Faith H, you're not going to be there.
I know. I've got some other things going on. We've got a long day on Wednesday, and
oh man, we got a long week. Period. So
we do have a long week, but yeah, Wednesday definitely. I'll be doing some other work things, but I'm bummed I'm not going to be able to go. But I know y'all are going to have a great time.
Yeah, we're excited. And of course, anytime you're at Pepper Tree, it's always a lot of fun. And again, find them on East Glen and in Pepper Tree in Montgomery for the best cuts of meat around, steaks, pork chops, ribs, the tiger tails, the tuna steaks. I mean, everything is just phenomenal. And then the best selection of wine that you'll find anywhere. And then, of course, all the casseroles and the side dishes that they have. Man, it's just so – I hate doing this spot every week every day because I get so daggum hungry. So, but go out and check out Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Tell them Auburn Blitz sent you. Okay, a live update on where Auburn is in the regional right now in golf. They're in second. They're 4 under as a team. Georgia Tech is 7 under as a team. So we'll see how that plays out. But the top 5, teams advance and move on. But Auburn wants to win this regional. They're hosting, and again, this will go on through May the 14th. So it's a 3-day tournament, and sitting there in really good shape. Again, course playing a little bit different because of the rain and all. But what about some updates on some of our individuals, Faith?
Yeah, right now we've got Brendan Valdez at number 1 right now with 3 under, and he's tied in first with Kale
Fontenot.
Fun last name. From Georgia Tech. They're both at 3 under, and then we've got Jackson Coyvon at 2 under, tied in third with I think that's
several guys.
6 or 7 other guys. So, and then you've got to go down to all the way. Caden Pope is even, and he's
in 24th.
25 now. It just updated.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're getting updates just as this is recorded. So it is.
Yeah. Josiah and Carson were the first 2 guys off for Auburn today, and they're sitting down there at 1 over. They're through 9 and through 10. Brendan is through 9 as well. So we'll see how it all kind of plays out. But right now, Auburn's got a couple guys right there at the top. No surprise. And only 3 shots back of the team lead there. Georgia Tech leading at 7 under. Auburn is at 4 under. But again, we'll want to take some time to talk about that. You and I plan on being there tomorrow at AU Club to get some footage and maybe get a couple interviews. So again, if you've never been to a regional and you're a big golf fan, this is a great opportunity. Show up to AU Club tomorrow if you can't make it today or on Wednesday. Coach Kleiner and the guys would love to have the support. I can tell you that. And again, Georgia Tech ranked number 25 in the country, playing really well early in this tournament. So not surprised there. And then of course, Auburn, the host there, just right on their tail at 4 under. So I expect Carson and some of these other guys to pick it up a little bit. And I do expect Brendan and Jackson to continue to stay at the top of the pack. So we'll see. We got a lot, again, you look down and you're in second and a couple of your guys are shooting even or 1 over, they're going to turn it around. So Auburn's only got room to move up at this point.
Coach is going to have a conversation with everybody about just the way they're playing. And, we talked about it earlier this morning about how they're not going in just to get in the top 5 so that they can advance. They're going in to win this. And that's what they did last year. And so, going in to win and then win the whole tournament after and be national champions again back-to-back years is going to be that's exactly what they want.
And just like we talked about with baseball, you want to be riding momentum. You don't want to just say, hey, we're going to just do what it takes to qualify. I mean, you want a championship mindset, and it's like Coach Kleiner said, if we're sticking a tee in the ground, we're trying to win. We're not trying to finish in the top 5 or whatever. And, and rightfully so. They've earned the ability to do that, being the defending national champs, and they want to go out and, again, in front of their home crowd at their home course, they want to win. They want to win and take that momentum in to the national tournament. And so make sure you go out to AU Club. Again, don't take it for granted. You don't. It just doesn't happen every year. You got to earn it. And now again, Auburn golf program, and we expect them to always be here. Especially with Coach Kleiner and what he's done with this program. But you're going to have some ups and downs, and so you better take advantage of it. And when you look at the regional host, you go back and let me look and see who all is hosting a regional. Urbana, Amherst, Tallahassee, Reno, Bremerton, and Auburn. So, you only have 6 regionals in the country. So it's an honor to be able to get that tournament in your backyard. So come out and see me and Faith. We'll be out there tomorrow. We'd love to see you as well. And I know the team would, as Auburn tries to win their regional and move on to the national tournament out in Omni La Costa Resort and Spa in Carlsbad, California. You want to go to that?
No.
No California trip.
No, I'm all right. I'll stay here in the Southeast.
Yep. I don't care anything about it either. We just want them to go out and perform well.
That's exactly.
So bring home another national championship to Auburn. Okay, going to take another break here on this Monday edition. Don't go anywhere. A lot more to come here on the Auburn Blitz right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Couple segments left on the show today. Again, thanks to all of our partners and thanks to J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big or too small for them. They can handle your residential jobs all the way to big commercial projects, and you need to make sure you call on them. They'll get you taken care of. We really appreciate them being part of our program now for a long time. So call on them for your next excavation needs, anything, lot clearing, preparation, site prep stuff. They do that, specialize in that. So make sure you give them a call. All right, let's swing over. Of course, we can't go without talking some college football and the new proposed college football playoff. Maybe something that they're looking at doing. We talked about it on the podcast this morning, but I think we know it's inevitable that we're going to 16 teams, but what's that going to look like? And I know that when you look back at the 12-team playoff this year, Faith, we've poked a lot of holes in that thing, and a lot of people have. And one thing that was a glaring flaw, and I don't know if some people will agree or not, but none of the teams that got a bye moved on. If you got a bye and played that next round, you lost. And, I think not allowing the teams that earned the bye not to get a home playoff game was detrimental to them. I'll be honest.
Absolutely. I think it was detrimental, but I also just think not that anything is going to be fair anymore, but I think it's well-deserved to have a home game. And like it didn't happen. You said it was detrimental, and it was.
Absolutely. And and then how teams were selected, who got in over others, and strength of schedule and blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. And so there was a lot of controversy. Now, I do think the best team in the country won. I think Ohio State was the best team in the country. I think they proved that. They had a little slip up against Michigan going into postseason, but they righted the ship, and they ended up winning the whole thing. And I thought, from start to finish in the playoffs, they were the most dominant team, and they were able to take care of Notre Dame in Atlanta and win the national title. But with that being said, immediately – the committee starting to look at, or the college football playoff organization starting to look at a 16-team playoff. And so we didn't even get the first year of the 12 out of the way before everybody talking about adding 4 more teams.
Yeah, and right now, just from what we've seen on this, is that the bids will be 4 SEC teams, 4 Big 12, or Big 4, oh my gosh, I can't even talk right now. 4 Big 10, 2 ACC, and 2 Big 12, 1 G6, and 3 at large.
That's right.
So just because there's 4 SEC and 4 Big 10, which we've seen them be the most dominant in the conference right now, that doesn't mean that there's only going to be 4. There could be 5 SEC, 6 Big 10. It doesn't just have to be that. But again, I think when you're already setting it to be the 4 teams have to, 2 from the ACC, 2 from Big 12. I just think I don't like that it's set like that.
Well, again, you to me, you lose the integrity of why you're having a playoff when you set stipulations on who gets in. I mean, like, again, we're pulling for SEC. We want SEC to get as many as they can get in there. That helps Auburn, I think, going to a 16-team playoff. But when you look at it from ACC getting 2 and the Big 12 getting 2, what if they turn it around, and all of a sudden North Carolina and Miami and Florida State and Clemson and, a couple more teams are playing really, really good football, and they've already had some things written into this thing saying, well, you can't get but 2 of those teams in.
Right. I think it goes back to it having to do with the strength of schedules and just who you're playing in your conference and how that all works out, but also just the deserving right to play in the playoffs.
Unfortunately, the money drives everything and controls. I mean, we even brought up that harebrained stuff that they brought up about TV ratings playing into who gets selected. Teams with higher TV ratings get some type of accountability or some type of credit. It just ends up being all about the bottom line. And, we can try to act like that it's not just about the money, but it's all it is a big business. And college athletics have turned into that with NIL. And, and I know people tune in and they go, man, they're talking about this again. It's like, you can't not talk about it. I mean, if you're not talking about it, then you're not talking about the sport at all, because everything that ties in with the college football playoff in the NIL, the NCAA basketball tournament, and all that stuff has a direct correlation with each other. It all ties in to why teams are doing what they're doing now, why teams like Maryland all of a sudden are raking in these top recruits, whereas a top recruit would have never looked at them before. Well, it's because Under Armour's pumping a bunch of money in, and they can go out now and compete with whoever. Right. It's all about the bank account. It's all about how much money one program has versus another.
Right. I just, the whole money part of it all is just gotten way out of hand. And I know we've said that so many times, but it's true. It's just everything's money based. It feels authentic anymore because everything's money driven.
Yep. Everything is money driven 100%. So, all right, well, we are up against the final break of our show here, but don't go anywhere. One final segment coming up here on this Monday edition of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The office is on both Bank Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go. Conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here on this Monday, final segment on the program. Again, thanks to Russell Dewitt Center Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and
Sensa Green for air that's cool and clean. Call on Sensa Green.
And we really appreciate Sensa Green for being part of our program, saving people thousands of dollars on new installs on your carrier, brand new carrier unit. It's going to save you money, not just when you get it installed, but it's going to save you money on your power bill because it's going to be more efficient and it's just going to work better. I mean, it's bottom line. I mean, so. And
you don't have to worry if you could go ahead and do it now. You're not going to have to worry about it when your house is 8 million degrees and have to wait.
Is there anything more miserable than being in the summer when your air breaks? And it's literally like, you're like, I can't stay in this house. We got to go somewhere.
It's awful.
And so make sure you call on Sensa Green and don't ever run into that problem. And then, of course, their service is second to none. So once you buy a unit, then you got their service at your disposal if there were to be anything that happens to that unit. But if you buy a carrier unit, nothing's going to happen because it doesn't break. All right. So looking forward to going over to Booker T. Washington High School this week. Faith, you and I will be going over to see a couple of the top prospects in the state. Marquez Daniel, number 9 prospect according to 24/7, 6'5", 195-pound wide receiver, and Dylan Perger, 6 foot, 165-pound defensive back that is committed to LSU right now, but has his recruiting still open. But Marquez Daniel has not committed anywhere. He's, again, the number 9 player in the country, and it appears to be a battle between Florida and Auburn for his services. Right now, he's got an official visit coming up to Auburn on June the 6th, and then he'll take a visit to Florida on June the 13th, and I would be wouldn't be surprised if we heard something shortly after that on him making the decision between those two schools.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited to go over there and talk to him. I think he's a big guy, 6'5", 195. Right. But with Auburn having the stacked wide receiver room that we've had is, I think, just a compliment to not only the guys that we're pursuing in recruiting, but also just the way that they are going to be able to learn behind all these guys and learn with them.
You know, his production's gone up the last 2 years at Booker T. In 23, he had 33 catches for 640 yards and 9 touchdowns. But last year, 38 receptions, 757 yards and 12 touchdowns. More of an explosive, dynamic player at his size. And, again, expecting him to have an even better year this year for Booker T. And so looking forward to catching up with him and seeing what he has to say about his recruitment process and, you know, going into his senior year. You know, we've got a bunch of graduations that are going to be happening here in the next well, this week and next week, everything's wrapping up for high schools all over the state. And also planning to get over to see Jacquez Wilkes at Wadley High School very soon, the number 6 player in the state of Alabama, according to 24/7, a 6'4", 220-pound edge rusher is what he's projected to be in college. But at Wadley High School, he plays everything. He's the running back, probably lines up at quarterback a little bit, takes some direct snaps on defense. He's anchoring he's at middle linebacker, and if they need him on the defensive line, they're going to move him up there. That's just part of playing smaller classification football.
What a fun state to cover, the top 10 prospects. Even we're going to 11 this week, but things can change at any point too. But what a fun time we have doing this, and just going and traveling the state, but learning about these different guys, and just kind of how it is for them.
And you're getting to see some of the trips we've been on. You've seen some interesting stuff. I've seen some interesting stuff too. But it's fun going all over the state and in these communities and talking to these players. And softball, we'll say this about the softball tournament. It starts this week. Daigle Wilson with Orange Beach commit to Auburn, signee for Auburn. We're looking forward to having her on next week on the podcast. So be following Orange Beach as they go for their 5th consecutive state championship. And they've moved up they're at 2A size school, but they're playing in 4A because of the competitive balance rule. So you and I and Maddie had a chance to go down there a couple of weeks ago and watch them in a area game, and also went over to Gulf Shores and talked to them and their program. So that was a really fun trip. And Daigle and her teammates, man, they are so good.
That is a good team. Yeah, they're national champs.
They're national champs.
So they were fun to catch up with. Good people over there, coaches, everything. Daigle's parents were awesome. But yeah, I'm excited to catch up with her again next week. She was awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. Looking forward to having her on, and possibly another state championship under her belt.
We're headed over to Auburn.
Headed over to Auburn. So a lot of, that show will be coming out. Our On the Road show will be coming out this week with Orange Beach. So you'll go to our Facebook page and check that out when we release that. Of course, it'll be on WOTM right here as well. So you'll be able to pick that up if you're watching it on TV. So you'll get a chance to see the interview with Daigle that we had. And then, of course, hopefully, like you said, we'll have her on next week. And so we'll introduce a lot of you out there in Auburn land to Daigle Wilson. If you don't know her already, you're going to be excited that she's coming to put on the orange and blue and play softball for the Malveaux. Again, another great testament of they're getting maybe the best player in the state here in Daigle Wilson to come to Auburn. So that's a big get for the Malveaux.
She already wears orange and blue over there, but that's more Florida.
That's
orange and blue that they have. But she looks good in orange and blue anyway. And
you just took the words right out of my mouth. She looks great in orange and blue. So she's come right on up to Auburn and take care of business.
There we go.
Well, again, been a fun show here on this Monday. Again, we will be back with you tomorrow morning for our podcast at 8:00, and then back on at lunch again as well, like we always are, right here for the Auburn Blitz show from 12 to 1. So that's going to wrap it up for us here on this Monday. Hope all of you have a great week out there, and we'll see you tomorrow. For Faith, I'm Brett saying we've enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you next time.